We are going to organize our shed using the Marie Kondo method.
Does this spark joy?
Yeah, this brings me joy. Hey team, whoa, shadows, light, dark, hold on a second. It is very bright out here. Today is kind of a big day. We are going to organize and clean our shed using the Marie Kondo method.
Hello, I'm Marie Kondo. 私のミッションは片付けによって世界をときめかせていくことです。
I'm Sid. Mackie will be up here in a second. Let's get to it. As you guys know, Mackie and I spend most of our year in the van. Most of the stuff that we own is in the van all the time. The stuff that isn't is in here. This is a little shed. You guys named it the Hanta Hut the last time we did a video here. We do have a pretty bad mouse infestation. This is where we keep all of our bike stuff. It is a total mess.
I'm so excited because I like tidying and I love mess.
Earlier this summer, I read Marie Kondo's Art of Tidying Up. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the Netflix show. It's pretty amusing. There were definitely some advice in there that I was like, oh, that's never gonna happen.
When you fold clothes, you should try to fold them so that they will be able to stand upright on their own, like this.
But it's also really helpful in a lot of ways, and I think Mackie and I are minimalists in most places, but when it comes to bikes, we are not minimalist. We have a lot of stuff. And I think it's really valuable to actually think through, like, what do I need? What brings me joy? What sparks joy?
Choose items that spark joy for you.
What is just excess stuff that is stressing us out and making this shed a mess? So let's take a look at what we're working with. Okay. For starters, there's a few bikes in here. And a couple boxes. And some more boxes. This is not our stuff. But we may try to organize it a little bit. Okay. Well. First step of the Marie Kondo method is to bring everything out. This is Alex. She's our indentured servant for the day.
I love being an indentured.
She's paying off her debts.
Literally though.
Put them in a pile.
Where you can see it all.
Making a pile, you can see everything you have.
So you can be struck in the face by the weight of all of your possessions.
You will probably be shocked.
When you look at it from this perspective, it seems amazing that all of this stuff fit in that tiny little shed.
That's a good pile of piss. Oh, what do you think?
It's like,
Despite appearances, we have made some progress dealing with basically everyone else's stuff except for ours. It's looking pretty nice in here, really. Big improvement. I actually know what's in things. The next thing we're going to tackle is all of the bike stuff. One thing about the Marie Kondo method that I always notice is they involve throwing a lot of stuff out. We try not to throw anything out. A lot of our used stuff is actually in pretty good condition. We're just not using it anymore. Because we are sponsored, like, we might use something for less than a season and it's still got a lot of life in it. We want to see someone using it. So luckily we have the ability to send all of our used gear to Gear Rush. Gear Rush is an online thrift store basically for cycling and other sports gear. It is an amazing resource. People, maybe people like you, are able to go on there and shop used gear and get deals that way on bike stuff. If you have stuff that you want to sell like we do, we're able to send all of our old and used gear. They sort it out, make it presentable for sale. They list it, they take care of all of those logistics, and then they take a commission and we get a check for the rest in the mail. We love not having to do all of that selling ourselves because that's a lot of work. Shout out to Gear Rush for providing that service. Before we do that, we need to sort through all these boxes and figuring out what we are and are not going to use again. And by that I mean what sparks joy.
Pick up each possession and you hold it. If it brings you joy, you keep it, and if it doesn't, out it goes. No joy.
What is sparking joy here?
This is a great Boy Scout outfit.
What can I say?
You look
Very
like
stylish.
you're ready to hit the Outback.
Ready to hit the Outback.
Yeah.
Is it bringing you joy?
Yeah, this brings me joy.
Does this spark joy?
Yeah.
Yes. Takimiki.
I found a 160 mil rotor.
Yeah, keep it.
We didn't have any of, so that's good. You having fun yet, Alex? Alex has won the fun job of cutting out all the hubs out of all of our broken rims. This is like 3 years. 3 years worth of broken wheels, but the hubs are still good.
Glorious rusted.
It's not a very fun job. This is why, kids, you should pay your debts and not get yourself into an indentured servitude relationship.
I gambled away my money.
We weren't paying attention when we were watching the Marie Kondo show, is that they always have these little timestamps that are like 12 days later. So it's taking people like 12 days to do this, which makes a lot more sense because we were gonna try to do this all in one day. And admittedly, it's only one room, but also we just don't have any stuff other than bike stuff. So this is pretty much all of our stuff. It's now 5 p.m. and we're getting a little overwhelmed. Condensed all of our spare bike parts into 2 boxes. Well, this doesn't count the wheels and the tires, but this is, and we actually are gonna know what's in the boxes, which is a huge improvement over previously. This is the brake box. This has spare brakes, rotors, a lot of brake pads, because we run through a lot of brake pads, all those other brake-like things. This is all the drivetrain parts, which I didn't list out everything because I couldn't remember what I put in there, but. And then I guess sort of 3 boxes. This just has like brake fluid and cable and housing and stuff. We've got a few like of these, shifter, that sort of stuff. So this is like repair things.
All right, I guess we did it. I would not say it is maybe the most pristine shed ever in the entire world, but it looks so much better. It is so much easier to find the things that we want to find, and we figured out all the stuff that we're going to send to Gear Rush for them to sell because it's all stuff that we're not using, and we would much rather have somebody using it than nobody using it. It was just sitting here taking up space, creating clutter. I feel like for the most part, all these things bring us joy. Having a nice clean shed is definitely going to bring me joy. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out Gear Rush if you're interested in buying any of our used stuff, or if you have used stuff to sell. There'll be a link down in the description and pinned in the comments. And until next time, don't forget to be more awesome.